The bitter truth about suffering, why Stoicism teaches that pain is essential for life. Have you ever stopped to wonder why, in a society obsessed with the pursuit of happiness, suffering continues to be a part of our lives? The truth is that, no matter how much we try to escape pain, it's unavoidable. But what if the problem wasn't the pain itself, but our perception of it? In today's video, we're going to explore a truth that may seem shocking: suffering is not only inevitable, it is essential for living fully. According to Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that still resonates strongly today, pain is not an enemy to be fought but a teacher that guides us toward a more meaningful life. Get ready, because this video will change the way you see pain and suffering. Before we dive deeper into this topic, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any content that can transform your life and the way you see the world. Let's discover together how to turn pain into a powerful ally for our personal growth. The illusion of permanent happiness. We live in an era where happiness is promoted as the only goal in life. Social media, movies, and even advertising sell us the idea that happiness should be constant and that any sign of suffering should be avoided at all costs. However, this endless pursuit of pleasure creates a dangerous illusion: the belief that we can eliminate suffering entirely. And this is where the first mistake lies. By trying to avoid pain, we run away from an essential part of human existence. Unlike philosophies that seek eternal happiness, Stoicism faces reality head-on. The Stoics believe that true happiness is not the absence of pain but the ability to handle it. According to Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, a life without challenges is not life at all. Avoiding suffering doesn't protect us, it weakens us. Because when pain inevitably comes, we will be unprepared to face it. Pain as a teacher. To the Stoics, pain and suffering are not punishments or curses. In fact, they are seen as opportunities for personal growth. Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, compared life to a great test where suffering challenges us to develop virtues such as patience, resilience, and courage. According to him, suffering is a tool that sculpts us, molding our character and refining our soul. Imagine a blacksmith hammering hot iron to shape it into a sword. This is how pain works in our lives. It challenges us, makes us question our certainties, and gives us the chance to develop an inner strength that otherwise would never be awakened. What the Stoics teach us is that pain is not something we should avoid but something we should accept and even embrace. Because it is only through pain that we achieve a true understanding of who we are and what we are capable of. The illusion of control over suffering. Another central point of Stoicism is the idea that most of our suffering comes from our attempt to control what is beyond our reach. We suffer not only because of the pain itself but because we resist it, try to avoid it, and attempt to control what cannot be controlled. The Stoics teach us that true freedom comes from acceptance. We cannot control the circumstances of life, illness, loss, betrayal, but we can control how we react to them. This may be a difficult concept to swallow for those living in a world where we are constantly encouraged to take control of our lives. However, Stoicism shows us that the attempt to control what is beyond our power is actually the root of suffering. When we accept that pain is part of life and that our only responsibility is how we deal with it, we find an emotional freedom that transcends circumstances. Pain ceases to be a burden and becomes an opportunity to practice the Stoic virtue of serenity. Suffering and purpose. If there is one aspect of Stoicism that shocks people the most, it's the view that suffering can be a source of purpose. While many believe that the ideal life is one free of adversity, the Stoics saw difficulties as a path to personal fulfillment. Pain, whether physical or emotional, forces us to reflect on what truly matters. In moments of greatest suffering, we discover the deepest truths about ourselves. Think about the hardest moments of your life. How many of them brought lessons that shaped who you are today? Crises push us out of our comfort zone, shatter our illusions of control, and force us to face life with a deeper perspective. It is precisely in these moments that we find our true purpose. For the Stoics, suffering is an opportunity to refine the soul and discover what is truly worthwhile. Adversity is a training ground for virtue. It's no surprise that many of the greatest leaders in history, including emperors, generals, and thinkers, embraced Stoicism as a way of life. They understood that the power to endure pain is also the power to govern oneself. The truth about suffering is simple, yet deeply uncomfortable. It is inevitable, and avoiding it only makes us more vulnerable. Stoicism challenges us to change the way we see pain, to accept it as part of the journey, and to use it as a tool for growth. This is a call for you to embrace difficulties with courage and determination, knowing that, in the end, it is pain that will transform you into the person you have the potential to become. If you also believe that suffering can be transformative, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone who is going through a difficult time. Let's face the pain together and come out stronger on the other side.